Hey down, this is Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to get into Jungkook and his gay lover thing being trending all over the tweetster, and even a picture that is associated with the popular news site CRIES started going around about Jungkook's gay stories. I also want to get into Jungkook and the other BTS members being reported to be crying at the AMA rehearsals and what happened there. So grab your dumpling, tea spilling mug merch, and let's jump into the tea. But before we do have a sponsor for today's video, so let's roll that clip. I am so glad to introduce today's sponsor, none other than Atlas VPN. A VPN does many things. One very useful thing is it makes it appear like you're using the internet from another country. So you can access content being blocked in your country. Like when you see a video that is only available in Korea. Since everyone is on board with watching K-dramas recently, you want to see it all, especially when you watch shows from Netflix. You actually don't just automatically get access to all films across the world. Using a VPN will get you new shows. Another trick is finding great deals on flights, because when you buy tickets in other countries, it's actually cheaper. I don't know why airlines do that. It seems unfair, but with a VPN, it levels it out. Aside from that, a VPN protects your data and allows you to stream knowing you're protected and that no hackers can ever know your exact location. Atlas VPN's goal is just to make the internet safer and give you limitless access. So of course, I have a deal for you. For just $1.39 a month, you can use Atlas. And with the Black Friday deal, you can also get 3 months free. Go to atlasv.pn/DaveDesai to get it, or go down in the description to check them out, and thank them for sponsoring today's video. If you're new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be first to leave your hate comment, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also, and you'll be first to do so. Now let's jump into it. The first thing that I want to get into today is what happened online and what was trending. People for the longest time think that Jungkook is secretly dating one of the other members. Specifically, it's always Taekook or Jikook. This is not the time to get into my preferences, but if you know, you know. I think it's really fun to think of that, but my thoughts have always been, if I'm going to be honest, that if they were dating, they might have broken up already, if they're not getting married already, because it has been 8 years. And other theories that are when you are a friend for 8 years, or someone that at least started as friends, you tend to see them as brothers and not someone you'd want to date. And we all know that the boys annoy each other a lot. It's still possible though. The members that were trending today were Jungkook and Jimin, or Jikook, and this became really big. There wasn't a specific event that caused this. It wasn't like they were seen on TV together and then they trended, like that's what usually happens, but it seemed like ARMYs were trending a lot of random moments from previous videos and even recent moments when BTS left the airport to go to LA. One of the biggest things within this hashtag is something called Jikook AU, or alternate universe. Now, I don't have anything against it. I think it's great and I think it's art. This is not me bashing people who write AU or anything like that. People bash it all the time, but 50 Shades of Grey was literally fanfic and always gets tied back to Twilight and brings more people to watch Twilight. So these things ultimately help the boys get more publicity and attention. And it's also probably one of the reasons Jikook trends a lot, because of the amount of AU or fanfic. It was also interesting enough when there started to become a lot of edited and photoshopped pictures associated with the news site like CRIES. CRIES is a very popular Korean pop culture news site. They sometimes report on more current event things like really bad criminals or outlandish stories like that, but mostly K-pop idols. And I don't believe they break the news. If you go to the bottom of any news articles they write, they credit where they get the story from, and it's from very reliable sources. So for the most part, they're known to be pretty accurate. I say for the most part because with every Korean news site or news channel, there's always people attacking them, saying that what they're saying isn't credible. I say this because one of the photoshopped images started going around and gained some steam where it appeared like CRIES was tweeting out about the fanfic that happens within the fandom. I'm pretty sure this is photoshopped. I searched up the tweet and couldn't find anything on the official account. And BTS fan accounts use photos like this when writing their fanfic to make the story more real. Nothing wrong with this, and they often tag the story with AU or fanfic so you know it's not real. Then there are people who take the photoshopped stories and headlines and use it as a way to say everything that is happening is real and that Jungkook is dating Jimin. And this is not okay, and not really proof that news sites are exposing their relationship. There's a lot of people that want drama, and there's a lot of people in the fandom that pretend to be fans just to make what they're saying seem more credible. Like they'll change their profile picture to Jungkook and then say that they are no longer a fan because Jungkook did something really bad. And things like that are usually made up, and they only say it so you no longer like Jungkook. Of course, some ARMYs who see these pictures also take it out of context and then blame Koreaboo for constantly lying. It's become very trendy to try to take people down because when you try to cancel someone, you get a lot of views. When you try to ruin someone's life, basically, you get a lot of views. Think about how messed up that is. And I believe Koreaboo has worked so hard over the years to rebuild this reputation that for some reason has gotten so bad. I wasn't around when allegedly Koreaboo was getting a lot of hate, but I see them now as a site that a lot of Korean fans go to get their Korean news. To be quite honest, I don't know what the fix would be here for this situation, but it's something that I saw happen online recently and definitely wanted to discuss. All I've learned from doing these K-pop videos is that almost 80 to 90% of the time when an idol or person is being canceled, it's because someone jumped the gun, a big account or a bored viewer, and everyone decided to agree with that one person and attack without evidence or without thinking about it too much. BTS has been very open with this idea that if they don't like a talk show host or a singer, they unfollow or simply don't go on their show anymore. They unfollowed Jason Derulo and Ellen, I believe, and people were saying and attacking James Corden for the thing he did with BTS and saying BTS no longer likes James, and this was trending worldwide. There's literally videos and articles reporting on this with millions of views, and James got so much backlash and death threats. And for sure, it got to BTS's ears, or at least BTS's label's ears, and yet BTS is still going on their show soon. They still follow each other. Does this not prove how often and how many armies jump to conclusions and try to cancel people so easily? Is that not proof? People say it's only a select few and small number of armies. I don't know. Do you think so? It's likely not any of you guys watching this video. If you're watching this, I am sure I'm just preaching to the choir here. I hope the boys are all right and not letting this stress them out. At this point, they know whatever they do and even things they don't do is going to result in them being trending online. There was a story that someone talked about the fact that Jungkook might be tearing up or crying at the AMA rehearsals. This is a big deal for them to be performing 2 songs at the AMAs. My Universe with Coldplay and Butter with Megan Thee Stallion. I will say this, it does very much bother me that BTS is performing their songs, but it's not really their song. Similar to how their first performance at the Grammys ever was with Lil Nas X, it's kind of giving the same vibes to me. Like the award show thinking we can't have BTS on the stage on their own because this is the American Music Awards, which is totally something haters have said. This is not what the show had said, it's just how I feel. The issue with BTS not performing on their own at the Grammys was because I would assume that the Grammys were scared that if they aired a non-American or non-American passing singer on stage, their ratings would drop. These award shows have to think about the racism that occurs within the viewers. If the mass majority of Americans are scared that Korean singers on TV are promoting the South Korean agenda, especially with how much BTS has gotten into South Korean politics, the TV show won't air that, similar to how radio won't play BTS's Korean song. And there's articles to prove that as well with their Korean song Life Goes On. But this is just my theory. I don't know what the AMAs are thinking. But of course, our boys are grateful for this opportunity nonetheless. And I am glad to see them on TV more. People were saying that they will likely be tearing up at rehearsals and crying as they have mentioned how much this has meant to them, to one, even be performing in America. But also, I believe this is one of their first live concerts after 2 years. They have talked about how much they've waited to see ARMY in the 2 years, and we can probably expect they are really excited for this performance. I have a feeling they probably feel like they thought this day would never come, as it hasn't just been a long year or two. They haven't missed any opportunity to talk about how much they miss performing. They spoke about it in the first season of In the Soup, which I react to the entire season on my Patreon, link below to watch it with me. They spoke about how they felt like they should be doing more and wish that they could see armies. It's all they talk about. So things might be getting emotional backstage right now at rehearsal. I agree with people saying this. I think very much so. I'm going to be excited to see them perform and see the energy. The past 2 years, I believe everyone has been using canned applause or cheering, and it sounds fake because cheering isn't so cut and dry the way they edit it in. And they often don't want to add specific cheers in as it could make them seem self-centered. Like armies will cheer as each member pops up on stage or cheer as one of the members says hi. But the editors don't want to put that in because that's kind of conceited to fake that. Do you get what I mean? It's awkward to think that that moment needs an applause, but it does. Oh, Jungkook's appearance deserves applause. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving your comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over there and check that out. I have a lot of videos over there that I can't really post on here. This is due to copyright or getting taken down, so to keep it over there on my Patreon. You'll have access to over 400 videos that are already up on there that we can react to together and have fun. So if you're interested in being a part of that community over there, make sure you go over there and check it out. Link is in the top description down below. There's also a video over there that kind of goes over how you can support this channel even more if you would like to do that. That video is on the front page. With that said, there's 2 videos that will appear up on screen at the end of this video, so click on one of those. I'll see you over there. Bye.